Welcome inside the State Champs Network studios for another presentation of State Champs at the State Finals. This is the Ohio Football State Finals, and what a couple of weekends it was. I'm Lauren Plant. This program is powered by Lawrence Technological University in Southfield, Michigan. If you're a high school athlete with the dream of playing college sports, Lawrence Technological University wants you to recruit yourself. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports, including football and other new additions. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare. With that out of the way, here we go. I'm Lauren Plant, and let's make our way to the Fortress O Bets for the Division I Football State Championship. The undefeated defending state champs, the Pickerington Central Tigers, and the 9-2 Cincinnati St. Xavier Bombers. St. X has not lost in the state of Ohio this season, and the junior QB Brogan Mackay has been a flamethrower. Starts this one off with a 14-yard dish to Jalen Patterson, lunges in for the game's first score. Bombers then forced a safety. Offense went back to work. Mackay, flush from the pocket, delivers a dime to a wide-open Patterson, 35-yard touchdown and the second connection of the night. But they weren't done. Still in the first quarter, St. X with another drive downfield. For the third time, Mackay to Patterson, spinning his way into the end zone. Bombers up 23. Keep in mind, the Bombers only scored 22 points in their previous two playoff wins. Mackay and Patterson connecting for the fourth touchdown of the game. Bombers up huge after the first 30-0. Then, the Tigers catch a spark. Lorenzo Stiles on the ensuing kickoff follows his blockers. Good work upfield, and he will not be brought down before he tallied up a 70-yard return. That led to a Mitchell Vollmer 27-yard field goal. Pickerington Central on the board, trailing 30-3. Brogan setting up his offense again, and for the fifth time tonight, he'll find Patterson with a step on his defender. 5 catches for 105 yards, just short of the paint here, but next play, Mackay punches it in himself. First loss on the season for Pickerington, most points given up all year. 354 total offensive yards for St. Xavier. They win big. 44-3 the final. 50th postseason win in their history. 4th state title in school history. First in 4 years.
I'm impressed with all facets of the game. We've been talking all year long that one of these days we're going to put a game together. And you saw us this year. We score a lot of points, but we give up a lot of points. And then at the end of the year, we weren't scoring many points, but we weren't giving up many points. And we kept saying, Andrew Coverdale, our offensive coordinator, kept saying, man, if we just put one game together. And boy, we picked the right one to put it together in that first half. That was pretty explosive.
It's amazing. I mean, all offseason, us captains, we tried to lead our guys as much as possible, and it just feels amazing. All our hard work's coming true. And I talked Thursday to the team. We said no quit, and there's no quit in our guys. And we just came out tonight, gave it our individual best like we have all year, and I'm just so proud of them.
I'm Jeff Heisner, and we check out the Division VII finals from Massillon Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. Both teams coming in at 9-2. Warren John F. Kennedy Eagles making their 6th appearance in the finals, last winning it in 2016. They're taking on the new Bremen Cardinals, who had only 4 playoff wins in school history coming into the 2020 season. No scoring in the first. So we jump to 4 minutes gone in the second, and sophomore Hunter Schaefer breaks off a 39-yard score right up the middle, putting the Cardinals up 7-0 and capping off a 9-play, 80-yard drive. That score holds until the half. And in the third quarter, the Cardinals would break the game wide open. Mitchell Hayes keeping it himself off the left side, the 1-yard score, making it a 14-point lead. 3 minutes later, Owen Gable would knock in a 20-yard field goal, and then on special teams, David Holman would take the punt from the Eagles' 45. Dances around before he cuts it up to the far side. He's going to break free right here. Now, it's a 24-point game after 3. And in the fourth, Hayes would get it done with his arm. 19-yard pass to Dan Homan. He goes way up to grab it and comes down in the paint for another touchdown. And the new Bremen Cardinals bring home their first state title in school history, beating Warren JFK 31-0, the final score.
Part of me wants to say it's unbelievable when you think about it, but I don't like saying that because the right people in the right places believe that it could happen, and it was a collective effort from so many people. And that's, I guess, what makes it so special is that so many people contributed, and it's just awesome.
I'm Ryan Slocum. We check out the nightcap of championship weekend, the Division VI title game between the Springfield Tigers and the Coldwater Cavaliers. Both teams have unblemished records heading into the final game of 2020, so something had to give. Coldwater looking for its first state title since 2015, and they get it going on their first possession. Miles Blazingame finds Zach McKibben streaking down the middle of the field. Perfect pass en route to a 59-yard score. Cavaliers up 7. The Tigers answer right back with a big play of their own. QB Bo Brungard tosses it up for Nick Slike. He runs right under it, and he heads in for the 46-yard touchdown, and they were tied at 7 after 1. Brungard goes it alone 2 minutes into the second. Just on the Cavaliers side of midfield, he runs up the middle, spins out of a tackle, and takes it up the sideline. No one able to catch him. 44 yards to the crib. The Tigers take the lead 14-7. Coldwater responds 6 minutes later. Blazingame hits McKibben leaking out of the backfield for the 5-yard touch, and we are tied back up at 14. Then, just before the half, Coldwater does it again. Blazingame punches it in from a yard out. The Cavs went into halftime up 21-14. Both QBs led their team in rushing yards, and Brungard topped them all with 261 yards on the ground. He picks up 42 of them right here and is gone. They are tied again at 21. The heavyweight fight continues just 4 plays later. Blazingame takes it right up the middle, cuts to the far sideline, and hits the gas. 53 yards. Coldwater now in front 28-21 after 3. And the fourth turned into the Bo Brungard show. 4 minutes left. He takes it around the left side, a quick cut up the middle, and that's an 18-yard score to lock it up again at 28 apiece. They would get the ball back just over a minute later. And on the first play of the drive, Brungard bounces outside. No one will catch him. Just under 3 minutes to go, and Springfield is up 35-28. But you can't count out Coldwater and Blazingame. He goes back to the air and delivers a strike to Tyler Schweiderman. That's a 36-yard touch, and we were tied up yet again at 35. Looking like this one's going to go to overtime, but Zach McKibben has other ideas. He takes the punt at his own 20, makes a couple of guys miss, cuts all the way back across the field, and is finally pushed out of bounds at around the 10. And with enough time for one play, Brady Klingshirn comes out for a 26-yard field goal. This one is up, and it is good. Coldwater wins it in dramatic fashion, 38-35 over Springfield to win their 7th state championship.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
I'm Ryan Slocum. We now go to the Division 5 finale. Kirkland focused and ready, riding a 40-game winning streak, going for its 3rd straight state title. Their opponent, Ironton, making its 10th state championship appearance, but it's been 21 years since they last hoisted the state hardware. We pick things up in the second quarter. The Hornets up 3-zip and driving. Anthony DeMarco takes it down to the 4-yard line. Then it would be Liam Powers capping the 14-play drive. He sneaks in for the score. The Hornets led it by 10 as we head into halftime. The Hornets expands on its lead in the 3rd. It's the Mr. Football candidate Mason Sullivan staying on his feet. He goes in for the tutty. Sully finished with 125 yards on the day. The Hornets now stinging them, up 17. And they would capitalize off an Ironton turnover. Going into the bag of tricks, it's Sullivan on the halfback option pass to younger bro Mason. He cruises in for the 50-yard touch. The Hornets now up 24. The Hornet defense saved its best game for last, holding Ironton to just 58 yards of total offense and 3 first downs for the entire game. With under 90 seconds to go in the 3rd, the Hornets driving for another score. This time it's DeMarco with an 8-yard TD. The Hornets rolling into the 4th, leading by 31. And they would add one more score in the final frame. Powers on the play action spots Danny Davison, who scores the 18-yard touchdown as the Hornets shuts out Ironton 38-0 to claim its 3rd straight Division 5 football state title.
It feels amazing. We've worked for it all year, and it came true. We couldn't have played any better as a team, and outcome shows it. Let's go. Football's been a big part of my life for the last 12 years of my life, and it's great to send it off on the right note, getting that 3-peat, and just once again winning state champs.
You can't even give it words. To see what they do 365 days a year in the weight room, and then to come out here and perform like they did, I don't know, we had 400 yards. I think they had 50. It's just, it doesn't seem real right now, and these kids will remember this game for a long time.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and we've got a good one in Division 4. The 10-1 Van Wert Cougars taking on the first 12 seed to make it to the state finals, the 8-2 Menor Lake Catholic Cougars. Lake Catholic gets us going in the second with some trickery. On the reverse, Joe Molcheski hands it off to Nick Brandt. He'll hit Brady Bowser in the end zone, putting them up 7. But Van Wert answers right back on the next drive. Owen Treese throwing it up for Connor Pratt. He'll come down with it at the 3. That will set up Treese to throw a dart to Maddox Crutchfield, make the diving grab, and ties it up at 7. Lake Catholic defense forces a fumble and sets them up in great position. Molcheski hands it to Ryan Globakar, who gets down just inside the 10. And Ryan Joy punches it in from 1 yard out to put Lake Catholic up 14-7 going into the half. Lake Catholic would get the ball to start the 3rd, drive down the field, and score up in the lead at 21-7, but Van Wert comes right back. Treese somehow able to stay up and get the ball out to Crutchfield, works his way to the end zone, but just steps out of the 2. Treese would take it himself next play to close the gap and end the 3rd only down 7. Van Wert's got the momentum now. They force a 3-and-out and get the ball back. Second play of the 4th quarter, Treese finds Pratt running down the sideline for a 42-yard score, and we're tied up at 21. Lake Catholic not done yet. From midfield, Molcheski fakes the jet sweep, keeps it himself off the left side, jump cut to avoid a tackle, and he is gone. 50-yard score, putting Lake Catholic back in front. Van Wert not throwing in the towel just yet. Treese somehow avoiding the sack, throws up a jump ball in the back of the end zone for Nate Jackson. He comes down with a 20-yard score, and once again we were tied. Treese with some fancy moves as the clock runs down in regulation, gets a fresh set of downs, and with 9 seconds left, Van Wert brings out sophomore Damon McCracken for his first ever varsity field goal attempt. He'll knock it in from 25 yards out, and Van Wert wins their first state championship, beating Menor Lake Catholic 31-28 the final.
Lawrence Technological University understands the importance of visiting a campus before enrolling in your college career. Here in 2020, LTU is offering the next best thing. 2 virtual open houses with tons of ways for you to investigate everything this nationally recognized university has to offer. Simply known as Blue Devil Days, you can explore their renowned academic programs in architecture, design, engineering, technology, science, and business. There's also an opportunity to hear about the admissions process and an overview of financial aid. You'll end the day with a student panel able to speak to current LTU students specifically about their college experience. The virtual Blue Devil Days are Saturday, December 12th, so be sure to RSVP today before space runs out. Just head over to upcoming.ltu.edu, click on Events and Tours, and then click on Virtual Events. The next 4 years are going to be the most important of your life. Do yourself a service and check out Lawrence Technological University.
Let's go! We've been through too much crap this year. We fought through it. We fought through it hard. We worked hard. We beat it. Now let's finish it.
Lauren Plant back with you for this Division III title tussle. Chardon pulling out the Punisher look as they were in the state title tilt for the first time since 1998.
Are you ready?
Taking on the Stallions from Columbus St. Francis DeSales. Been over 21 years since they won a state championship. But it didn't take long for DeSales to get on the board. This is the second play of the game. The Ohio U recruit Quintel Quinn gets the rock and see ya! Down the sideline, 74-yard touchdown. Stallions out to a quick 7-0 lead. Chardon came into the finale 11-0, driving late in the quarter. Senior quarterback Drew Fetchick on the keeper down to the DeSales 5-yard line. A few plays later, Hilltoppers going for it on 4th and goal, and it's Fetchick sneaking it in. We were tied at 7 after the opening quarter. Minute left in the half. DeSales capping an 11-play drive as Quinn marches in for his second rushing score. Stallions went into the break leading 14-7. DeSales senior defensive lineman Josh Martin Hayden on the marching band, and look at this, still performing during halftime at the state final. Pretty cool indeed. Back to the action. Chardon gets the ball first in the second. It would be Fetchick throwing to Blake Barker on the design screen. The senior does the rest, slipping a tackle, and he gone. 63-yard touchdown. We were knotted back up at 14. DeSales responded 2.5 minutes later. It's Quinn once again busting out this 60-yard foot race. He finished the night with 216 yards rushing, 3 scores. Stallions take the lead again, 21-14. Looking to add another with 2 minutes to go in the third. Whit Hobgood with a dime to Jordan Johnson in stride, 31-yard score. DeSales went into the final quarter leading 28-14. But don't count out Chardon just yet. 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Fetchick connects with Barker once again. 36-yard TD. Hilltoppers down just 7. Chardon driving again with over 2 minutes to go in the game. The senior Evan Ash with the carry finds the end zone. Tied at 28. We were heading into overtime.
You won us the game! Yeah! I love you, boy! Yeah! I love you!
DeSales got the ball first in OT here on 4th down, going for the field goal, but the sophomore Trey Liebhart gets through the line and blocks it. That was big time. Now Chardon had their field goal try to win it, and it was blocked. Now in the second overtime, Hilltoppers going for the score. James Pettyjohn gets stuffed behind the line of scrimmage by the junior Jonathan Thompson for an 8-yard loss. few plays later, Nathan Tager knocks in the 33-yard field goal. Hilltoppers took the lead at 31-28. So DeSales needed to make this field goal to extend it to a third OT, but the attempt is wide left. Chardon wins a thriller, 31-28 the final. Go ahead and celebrate, boys. First state title for the Hilltoppers since 1994.
We haven't been in this position for 20 plus years, and to win it in front of all of our fans, it's just surreal. It's so crazy. It's going to be the best. I mean, in 2020, there's been a lot of downs. I mean, this is a great up. I mean, this is the best thing that could happen to us. We're going to remember this for our whole lifetime. Coming back from a 2-score down, and we came back in the second half. It was great.
But I am so proud of you. Our faith in this team, right? The hope, right, of what was going to... I've never been more calm in an entire football game in my life. I've never been more calm, ever. I knew faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of them all, right, is love. And there's love in this huddle, man. There's love right here. It's a brotherhood. You awaken the graveyard, right? All week long, you have friends, gone friends they haven't talked to in 10 years, to talk about Hilltop, to talk about Chardon. You got a community, and you can take this back home. Yeah!
I'm Chuck Pellerito. Let's head on up to the Division II Finals. Familiar foes facing off. For the third time in as many years, the Massillon Tigers facing Akron Archbishop Hoban Knights. Massillon won in the regional finals last year, but fell to LaSalle in the finals. Hoban won it in 2018 to capture the state title. Tigers playing on their home field, but the Knights don't care about that. 4-year quarterback Shane Ham calls his own number from the 2 to put Hoban on the board 7-0 4 minutes in. Just before the first quarter comes to a close, Ham would strike again. Hitting Carryon Davis for an 11-yard score, Knights led 14-0 after the first. Tigers would respond just before the half. Zach Catrone finds Caden Woolard, lowers the boom at the goal line, stretches out for a 16-yard score, PAT no good, Massillon trailed 14-6 at the break. Hoban starting to get some chunk plays in the third. Ham hits Davis again, he'll shimmy out of a tackle and turn on the Jets. 62 yards for a second TD of the night, and the Knights look to be in control, up 21-6 after 3. And in the fourth, he would do it again. Ham dropping a dime right into the hands of Tyson Grimm for a 32-yard strike to go up 28-6. Ham had a great night, 9 of 10 for 172 yards and 4 touchdowns. The last one goes to Chances Carter-Hill from 12 yards out, and Akron Archbishop Hoban wins the rubber match, taking down Massillon 35-6 and bringing the Division II crown back home.
Hey, on me? Bro, we did it!
Thank you so much for watching this presentation of State Champs at the State Finals Ohio Football Edition. This was our first full season covering Ohio sports, and we must send out a huge thank you to the OHSAA and our brand new crop of freelancers who did an outstanding job all season. Congratulations to all of the new state champs. I'm Lauren Plant. Thank you so much for watching.
State Champs at the State Finals is presented by Lawrence Technological University and Lawrence Tech Athletics.